Get started with our workshop.
You ready, Jess?
Miss Jessica, are you ready?
We're ready.
All right, and I'll turn it over to the board.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Or to the staff, I'm sorry.
Good evening. Thank y'all for being here for our adopted infrastructure plan public hearing or meeting. This has been a project that we started in 2012 and has helped our county gain grant dollars for critical infrastructure over the years, and it's worked very effectively. We give this to the legislature and to different granting agencies, and basically it's our plan moving forward, and we are seeking public input, and we'll continue to seek public input until we're ready to bring it before the board for approval so that we can put it'll be our adopted plan, and then in another 4 years we'll redo it again. But what I'm proud of is, I'm proud of the staff. It took all the staff to do this, put it together, but especially Summer Pell and Kenzie Miller. They worked for about a year, beginning to get everything together, and then the past 3 or 4 months have worked tirelessly to pull this together, and this document is huge. Once you really get into it and see it, it's a big document. There's a lot of planning that goes into it, and I think they've done a great job with it. One of the best part of this, one of the best parts is from 2021 until the time that they cut it off, we have completed in critical infrastructure projects 160 projects since 2021. That's incredible for a staff that is very, very small. We got two, at majority of the time, that was 2 folks in our grants, sometimes 3 towards the end. But then this was distributed out, just in, we had to procure everything. Each one of these was a procurement, not easy. That's 160 procurements, and it takes a lot of time to do that. Thank you, Michelle and her staff. It takes the full team. Clerk, they had to write all the checks, the millions of checks, it almost seems like. I'm sure that Greg would tell you. We had to borrow $90 million to be able to float the loans. That takes time. We had to go to grant meetings and beg for money. But it all generated, it was in this adopted infrastructure plan, and this was the catalyst for us moving forward. Of those 160 projects, just those 160 projects, $194 million worth of projects that have been completed since 2021. That is critical infrastructure projects that were paid for. 98% of the funding is from grants. The rest of that 2% would be from 1-cent sales tax. The stuff that's not in here that wasn't completed but is currently under construction is an additional $88.6 million that's under construction now that'll be finishing here soon, for a grand total of about $282 million probably by mid next year of projects that are dollar value that'll be completed since 2021. And that's a lot of return on investment, that you have a very, very small staff that has brought this to fruition. And I just think our staff this is money that would have went somewhere else in our state, but it came back to Wakulla County, and our staff brought it back here, and you guys did as well. So I thank you for that. And with all that, I'll be quiet and let Summer take it from here. Summer?
Thank you. As David mentioned, tonight's workshop is to present the draft updates to the 2025 adopted infrastructure plan and provide an opportunity to open the floor for public comment, as well as discussion from commissioners regarding the proposed projects for inclusion in this updated plan. The adopted infrastructure plan serves as a comprehensive long-term guide and plan to prioritize investments in public infrastructure, ensuring preservation of the county's character while adopting community-focused needs. Public input is vital to this plan and helps shape the priorities moving forward. The AIP covers a broad range of infrastructure, from transportation and safety to recreation and environmental initiatives. Next slide. The AIP serves as a strategic funding tool, helping the county secure state and federal grants. It aligns and supports other county plans like the capital improvements element in your comprehensive plan and the local mitigation strategy. The accomplishments chapter of this plan not only provides tracking of the county's successes of infrastructure improvements, but it also provides transparency on how dollars are spent. Input from workshops like this ensures the AIP reflects what the residents want and need in the community. Public engagement and input, as I said, are vital to this plan. The kickoff meeting for updating the adopted infrastructure plan began in June of 2024 with a workshop showcasing accomplishments and outlining future goals. An infrastructure survey was followed up in the months of October and November of 2024. And as you'll see from this slide, signs like this one, photographed here, were placed throughout county parks and facilities to gauge feedback on what amenities and improvements people were interested in seeing at these various locations. An events and facilities survey was also published earlier this year in July and August, seeking feedback from residents and visitors on what they would like to see from an event standpoint and for community engagement and gathering. October 6th, we published the adopted infrastructure plan to solicit additional feedback regarding the draft document. Citizens are encouraged to review the AIP and provide feedback through the online portal for inclusion in the final AIP. Accomplishments to date, David touched on this a little earlier, but I will highlight them quickly. Public safety, we have spent just over $20 million on 15 projects related to public safety. Stormwater and sewer improvements total almost $85 million for a total of 50 projects. Sidewalks, trails, and trailheads, almost $24 million have been invested to date since 2021. And intersections, roadways, and bridges, just over $58 million have been invested on a total of 26 projects. Parks and Recreation saw 24 projects completed during this time frame for a total of $2.3 million, while community facilities, of $1.7 million was spent on 15 projects. Regarding coastal resiliency and restoration, $1.5 million has been spent on primarily elevating lift stations in the coastal areas of the county. And coastal and freshwater and waterways infrastructure, $1.2 million has been spent on 11 total projects in the last 4 years. Moving on to proposed projects in this version of the AIP, the first section addresses public safety. Goals include expansion and modernization of fire rescue, emergency operations, and training facilities, an enhancement to preparedness, strengthening emergency communications, and increased storm sheltering capacity. Strategies to achieve these goals include relocating fire stations, building a new EOC, and developing a regional preparedness complex with a dual-purpose training facility.
One of the things that you'll see here with the public safety also, when you review the adopted infrastructure plan, we pulled in the public safety plan that we had adopted quite a few years ago, and you'll actually see where the 5-mile radius is for each station, each planned station, and the future plan for our entire fire EMS facility, where we're going to have our facilities, and the plan that we're working with right now, where we're building St. Mark's facility. That was planned. We purchased that, and strategic. These purchases have to be strategic to hit the 5-mile drive. And we worked off of this plan, and we've already acquired all of the land, save a track in Panacea, MedArt, and we're securing one right now at up in the Opportunity Park, Woodville Road corridor. So if you want to know what our plan is moving forward, or the public wants to know, there's a map that shows that on there, and that's our part of our plan. Excuse me, Summer, go ahead.
Thank Thank you. Moving on to sewer and stormwater. As it relates to these two areas, expanding sewer collection systems and eliminating septic tanks are key priorities. Additionally, this comes with various sewer treatment objectives to aid in these endeavors. Upgrading lift stations and force mains for flood resiliency and reducing flooding through drainage improvements are also critical. The AIP continues to support FDOT 319 improvements and gateway enhancements. Projects provided in this section include resurfacing and paving of local roads, improved street lighting, adding turn lanes, signals, intersection improvements, and landscaping and elevation of flood-prone roads are all aimed to improve flow, safety, capacity, strengthen evacuation routes, and create aesthetically pleasing appearances. The bridge projects are the next section, and in the AIP this time we have focused on Otter Creek Rise, the Sopchoppy River, and Tide Creek to aid in realizing the goals of improving safety and accessibility of evacuation routes. In order to encourage pedestrian activity, support vibrant neighborhoods, and provide safe pedestrian connectivity, sidewalk projects that fill gaps and provide connection to parks, schools, and neighborhoods are vital. Improvements that include crossings, motion-activated lights, and signals are included to create safe, accessible alternate modes of transportation.
Also, one to note here is, you know, if people say, well, there's sidewalks to nowhere, there are, for right now, you're right, there are sidewalks to nowhere, but they'll be connected. It's just like DOT is, I sent an email out a couple of weeks ago where DOT has awarded the contract for the resurfacing of 319 from Walmart to up here at Shadeville. Part of that will be to fix the intersection right there at Songbird and 319 to allow the crosswalk coming over from Bridlegate. That's all a part of it. All of a sudden, that'll tie itself together. So there'll be things happening like that all along.
Moving on to trails, trailheads, and blueways. By developing additional multi-use connectivity trails and constructing trailheads, we can improve our trail system network and provide safe access points for users at various locations throughout the county. A few trailheads to note that are included in this plan are the OBBT, or the Ochlockonee Bay Bike Trail Head, or Rojo, Medart Park, and the Appalachie Trailhead.
Same as the fire system. If you want to see the overall strategy for our trails and sidewalks, there's maps within the AIP that identify future expansion trails and show how the idea is trails out of Crawfordville, extend them to Spring Creek Highway, create Spring Creek Highway to tie all the way from Highway 98 and MLK, Shadeville, and Wakulla Aaron all tie into there, into a Spring Creek, and which will go all the way to then extend to Wakulla Springs. So the idea is you at some point in time, you'll be able to leave your home if you live here in Crawfordville, get on a bike trail, and you can go to St. Mark's or to Panacea, Sopchoppy on a bike trail, and never have to get on the road. So that's the whole idea. And you'll look at these maps, and it'll guide you to that. And that's our strategy moving forward that we use for the CRTPA and FDOT funding. Okay?
Hence the reference to community connectivity. Parks, recreation, and community facilities is our next topic. And to better support community events and enhance recreational opportunities, the AIP includes plans for new amenities, including lighting, pavilions, restrooms, and concessions areas. Then this is in order to create inviting gathering spaces. Moving on to waterways infrastructure, this category is broken into two sections. First being the coastal waterways. By constructing and upgrading boat ramps and piers, we're better equipped to enhance our coastal access, and through dredging and shoreline stabilization activities, we can improve safety, navigation, and build resilience to the effects of flooding. The goals for freshwater waterways infrastructure includes the enhancement of non-motorized accommodations, expansion of freshwater access opportunities, and improved launch facilities. Our final chapter in the AIP addresses coastal restoration and resiliency. By partnering with state and federal agencies in the implementation of shoreline stabilization projects, we can achieve goals of coastal restoration and resiliency to protect coastal ecosystems, enhance preparedness, and ensure long-term stability. That concludes our presentation, unless Mr. Edwards has anything else to share. But I would encourage everyone who may not have reviewed the AIP yet to download and provide feedback to the portal through the county website. The QR code that Jessica has now taken off the screen will take you directly to that download on our website and to the portal. We would encourage you to, again, provide feedback through the portal, and we will close the public hearing comment for the period for this AIP update on October 17th. That will allow time for staff to include final comments into the final AIP document and present that back to the board on November 17th.
It's, like I said, Summer, everyone in the public needs to download this and review it. There's a lot of projects in here. Some of these are, the majority of them are doable. Some of them are wish list. They're like a Christmas list of things we want. But if we don't have a plan for it, and have it called out, it's hard to get it if you don't. So we utilize this at on the legislative level to go after funding, but also with our grants, it helps towards our grants. But understand, the public needs to understand, is we can only get funding if the grant calls for that specific type of infrastructure, that they'll fund that. We can't get a grant for roads and end up spending it on a new ball field at the rec park. So it has to be strategic from that standpoint. So we encourage public input, and with that, that's all I've got to say, believe it or not. After Summer.
All right.
Board, up to y'all. Got any questions?
Kenzie, have you already got people reaching out?
We've received 14 public comments today, sir.
14 public comments today? Today. Okay.
14 total. And this we got, what, 3 days left for comments?
We've been pushing it very strategically. We'll continue to push it until the last day.
Okay.
Can I ask Summer a question?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, on the public engagement input piece, is this where the ideas came up for the park? Like the little one that we just had and the artist
Like the
and?
rhythm and roots
Yep.
and the art in the park that's coming up, absolutely.
Okay.
Our public input survey,
Oh, okay.
entertainment's an event.
Okay.
And how?
I'm sorry.
No, go
How's
ahead.
it being pushed at? So maybe we can go share it and stuff?
Yeah.
'Cause
It's on social media, it's on our Facebook page, our
Okay.
website, there's a dedicated web page and landing page that's been created
It's
for.
been put out there in a lot of places.
Actively pushed, yes,
Okay.
sir. I'll continue to do that.
I know you will. Just making sure everybody knew that.
We're hoping that, some people will look at it and tonight and hit this QR code or go to our website, please. We want your input. It's our.
It's the county, it's the citizens,
Right.
it's everybody that lives in this county.
Right.
did this workshop take the place of the library or the IFAS building or the posters that we used to have?
Yes.
Where the public could walk through.
The last adopted infrastructure plan we hosted at the Ag Extension Pavilion and had various poster boards and things like that. This year, we took a different approach, doing the online surveys and the signage at the parks and facilities to gain more, hopefully more traction and feedback than the participation that was received at that workshop.
I will say we did receive 382 responses to the initial infrastructure survey that we put out, where we placed those signs in all of our parks, all of our facilities, and there were multiple signs at each of those parks and facilities. So we feel that we received an adequate amount of public input from that initial survey as well.
Okay. Anybody else?
Cherie, you want to say anything tonight? You sure? Okay.
Anybody else out
Fantasy
there?
is well represented in here.
Anybody else out there want to say anything? Yeah. Did you raise your hand, Miss Michelle? No. Okay. I got you. All right then. Well, with that being said, y'all want to adjourn us?
Are there any projects that the commissioners want to see that maybe are not addressed in the plan?
I think you got them all covered.
No,
I think you covered most.
Yeah, and you'll see, on the recreation side of it, the study that you're getting ready to see, it'll be on this next agenda. It's the capital side of that is a lot of that is addressed in here as well. So some of it is, and we'll need to add to that. But as we go, hopefully with this study and read it, because it's really good. I mean, it's a really well thought out, well done study. I think
Recreation study?
Recreation study.
Yeah, just look at it.
And very well done. And I think it's making us, to be honest with you, it's making us rethink how we've done stuff and how to redo. And in fact, we've made some changes, some things today based on that study and kind of plans we had and the things we reversed and went back a different way because it kind of made sense what they brought up. And so that's what the whole purpose of that study was, to bring new eyes to what we're looking at, because sometimes you can't see the forest for the trees.
well, sometimes we get in a rut.
And what they bring, that group brought national as well as southern region, that look and brought it together, and all together they were impressed with what we've done, with what we have to work with. And but I don't want to ruin all that for y'all on Monday. I won't be here, but y'all will have fun with that. But I encourage you to read it and look in the infrastructure plan and see where things are addressed. And if you see anything else we need to put in there, let us know.
The other thing me and you talked about, Summer, I got to gather a little bit more information before I put it out there. So.
And I will say, as Kinsey mentioned, we've had 14 comments come through the portal. There's some really good comments and some things that staff had not considered or even thought of, so those are helpful. We'll incorporate those comments into the final plan. So in your agenda item, we'll outline the changes from the draft to the final based on that input. So.
Good, so that's encouraging. Your comments are included.
Yes.
How important they are.
So any of our citizens that are watching, please, if you will, go online and take a look at this. It behooves you to look at it and share your thoughts.
And Kinsey just informed me that it will go live again for a new posting at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. So if you can't find it in the feed, it'll pop up first thing in the morning.
Okay. All right. Anything else, commissioners?
No,
No? Say we adjourn.
Very good.
Close her down. Thank you.
Thank you.